to find my own.
Grey's Anatomy fans, get ready. Season 22, Episode 4, titled Goodbye Horses, is set to air Thursday, October 30th, 2025 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time on ABC, and will stream the next day on Hulu. This week's episode promises everything we love about the long-running medical drama: intense surgeries, emotional stakes, and the return of a fan-favorite doctor. In Goodbye Horses, the team at Grey Sloan Memorial faces a bizarre trauma case that arrives inside the hospital, pushing the new interns to their limits. Meanwhile, Dr. Meredith Grey takes on a complex breast reconstruction surgery, one that challenges both her skill and her ethics. The operation forces Meredith to make difficult moral decisions that could change her future at Grey Sloan. Adding to the excitement, Jesse Williams returns as Dr. Jackson Avery, making a guest appearance that has fans buzzing. His role in the episode remains under wraps, but his comeback hints at big emotional reveals. The episode will also touch on Dr. Link's recovery after surviving the hospital explosion in the season premiere, a storyline that continues to tug at viewers' hearts. Joe, Amelia, and the rest of the team rally around him as he faces a long road to healing. The star-studded cast includes Ellen Pompeo, Chunder Wilson, Kevin McKidd, Kim Raver, Camilla Luddington, and Chris Carmack, along with the new interns played by Harry Shum Jr., Adelaide Kane, and Nico Taro. Hey lovely viewers, welcome to our channel Grey's Anatomy Official. Grey's Anatomy Season 22 Episode 4 release date and time revealed. The next chapter of Grey's Anatomy is almost here. Season 22 continues this week with a brand new episode. Fans are eager to see what drama unfolds next at Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital. The series remains a cornerstone of ABC's primetime lineup. This new installment promises the show's signature blend of medical emergencies and personal turmoil. When and where to watch the new episode? Grey's Anatomy Season 22, Episode 4, titled Goodbye Horses, is scheduled to air on Thursday, October 30th, 2025. It will broadcast on ABC at 10 p.m. Eastern Time and 7 p.m. Pacific Time. For viewers who prefer streaming, the episode will be available on Hulu. It typically appears on the platform the day after its initial television broadcast. This gives fans flexibility to watch live or on demand. What to expect in Goodbye Horses? The episode's plot centers on a bizarre and challenging trauma case. The medical team must think quickly when the emergency arrives inside the hospital itself. This situation will test the skills of the newest interns. Meanwhile, Meredith Grey takes on a complex breast reconstruction surgery. Her professional expertise will be pushed to its limits. According to ABC, the case forces her to confront difficult ethical choices. The personal dynamics among the staff will also see significant development. Tensions and alliances are expected to shift. This creates the emotional depth longtime viewers have come to expect. The enduring appeal of television's longest-running medical drama. Grey's Anatomy continues to captivate audiences after more than 2 decades on air. It successfully blends high-stakes medical procedures with deeply human stories. The show's ability to evolve its cast and themes is a key to its longevity. New characters bring fresh energy, while established faces provide continuity. This balance keeps the narrative feeling both familiar and new. The series remains a powerful force in television storytelling. The latest episode of Grey's Anatomy continues the show's legacy of intense drama. Goodbye Horses delivers another powerful dose of medical suspense. Tune in to see how the doctors of Grey Sloan handle their latest crisis. Thought you'd like to know? When does Grey's Anatomy Season 22 Episode 4 air? Where can I stream the new episode? What is the title of the upcoming episode? Will Meredith Grey be in this episode? How many episodes are in Season 22? Is this season available internationally? Disclaimer: this article is based on publicly available information from official network sources. Plot details are subject to change. All scheduling is accurate as of the time of writing. Grey's Anatomy Season 22 Episode 4. Will Meredith crack the trauma case? Check Goodbye Horses plot, cast and release date inside Grey's Anatomy Season 22 Episode 4, titled Goodbye Horses, promises intense drama as Meredith Grey faces a challenging trauma case while the interns deal with unusual medical situations. Fans can also look forward to Jackson Avery's return, high-stress surgeries, and unexpected twists, making this episode unmissable. Grey's Anatomy fans are in for an exciting ride as Season 22 continues. Episode 4, titled Goodbye Horses, promises a mix of strange medical cases, emotional drama, and unexpected returns. With the hospital team dealing with unusual challenges, viewers can expect both suspense and heartfelt moments in the upcoming episode. Challenging cases in Grey's Anatomy Season 22, Episode 4. In the new episode, the interns will face a bizarre trauma case that leaves them scrambling for answers. Meanwhile, Meredith Grey is handed a complicated breast reconstruction surgery, forcing her to work closely with another doctor under pressure. Fans can also look forward to seeing Link being discharged after his treatment following the hospital explosion, adding more layers to the hospital's ongoing stories. One of the most exciting moments teased for Episode 4 is the return of Jackson Avery to Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital. The teaser shows the staff welcoming him back, though his exact role in the episode remains under wraps. Jackson's return adds anticipation and a potential twist to the ongoing storylines involving the hospital staff. Cast of Grey's Anatomy Season 22, Episode 4. The episode will feature the familiar faces fans have loved over the years. Ellen Pompeo as Dr. Meredith Grey, Jesse Williams as Jackson Avery, Chandra Wilson as Dr. Miranda Bailey, James Pickens Jr. as Dr. Richard Webber, and Kevin McKidd as Dr. Owen Hunt. Joining them are Camilla Luddington as Dr. Joe Wilson, Jason George as Ben Warren, Kim Raver as Dr. Teddy Altman, Chris Carmack as Dr. Atticus Lincoln, and other regulars including Alexis Floyd, Harry Shum Jr., Adelaide Kane, and Nico Taro. These characters together promise a mix of intense drama, teamwork, and personal stories. Grey's Anatomy Season 22, Episode 4 release date and time. Fans won't have to wait long for the next episode. Goodbye Horses is set to release on Thursday, October 30th, 2025. Viewers on the East Coast can catch it at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, while those on the West Coast can watch at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. With the episode being part of a long-running series, it will continue the engaging stories that Grey's Anatomy is known for. How to watch Grey's Anatomy Season 22 Episode 4 online. For those who prefer streaming, Episode 4 will be available on Hulu in addition to airing on the ABC network. ABC offers a range of popular TV shows, live events, and news, while Hulu provides on-demand access to the latest episodes, making it convenient for fans to watch Grey's Anatomy anytime. Grey's Anatomy kills off, spoiler, in Season 22 premiere, surviving co-star reacts. It definitely hurt to see that. The Season 22 premiere of Grey's Anatomy proved a bitter pill to swallow for the staff of Grey Sloan Memorial, as they found themselves fighting to survive amidst the wreckage of last May's explosion at the hospital, ultimately having to say goodbye to one of their own. We've already waited 5 months for this, so we won't beat around the bush any further. After talking Jules through a life-saving surgery on a young boy, Dr. Monica Beltran, Natalie Morales, succumbed to the injuries she sustained from the blast and died in Jules' arms. I loved working with Natalie so much, Chris Carmack, whose character did survive, but more on that later, tells TV Line. She's such a light, funny, wonderful, kind, great actress. Link and Beltran don't have an extensive history together on screen, but Natalie made a huge impression in the time that she was working on the show, so it definitely hurt to see that Beltran didn't make it. Which brings us to Link, the character whose potential death had fans sweating all summer. While Jo spent the hour attempting to remain calm, her new husband and the future father of her twin girls was receiving emergency surgery in a literal stairwell. It was desperate times. But thanks to some clutch calls by Ben, who now gets to finish his residency at Grey Sloan, Link will live long enough to give Jo and the girls that dog he promised before losing consciousness. The extent of his injuries remains to be determined. But hey, at least he's alive. First of all, congratulations on surviving. Well, I don't think he's out of the woods yet, unfortunately, but he seems to have made it through the initial blast. The fans will be relieved. I feel like they've been worrying about you all summer. Have you felt that love for your character online? Definitely felt the love online. I can't tell you how good it makes me feel when I read comments like, "If Link dies, I'm done with the show," or whatever. Not that I want anybody to be done with the show, but they're going to bat for me. Assume the producers told you that you were surviving ahead of time, But were you surprised by how it all unfolded on the page? Yeah, I knew I was going to survive the blast, but I didn't know what was going to happen, except that he was going to have a bad injury. Reading it on the page was a bit of a nail-biter. Also, I didn't know anyone else's storyline, so I had no idea if anyone else was going to make it. What was it like going from playing to a surgeon to suddenly being the one operated on? It was a trip. It was a wild reversal, especially because I was being worked on by all the surgeons that I'm usually doing surgery with. So my castmates have their heads hovered over, talking about how bad it is. It's definitely an image burned into my mind that I'll never forget. He survived, but this is the beginning of a long road to recovery for him. How is that going to impact him, personally and professionally? Well, I wish I could say this is as bad as it gets, but it's not. We've got more challenges coming down the road that are going to put things into perspective in a big way. But he's got a long, what's the expression, road to hoe? Laughs. Is that the expression? I honestly don't know, but I'll accept it. Yes, so in terms of his recovery, his injuries are pretty extensive. He wants to get back to surgery and being a surgeon, but at this point, he identifies most as being a new father. He's got twins on the way, and he wants to be able to hold them and help Joe and be the father and husband that he wants to be. After the physical injuries he endures, he's not going to be that man right away. So, first and foremost on his mind is recovery. Speaking of those twins, any hint at what their names are going to be? You know, there are some good plot points involving the names coming up, so I'm going to steer clear of this question. But I will tell you to keep an eye out. Oh, I will. Of course, Joe was beside herself in this episode, but I was also struck by Amelia's explosive reaction to Link being operated on. How do you feel about where that relationship is and the mature example you two have managed to build together? Think Amelia and Link have a very comfortable co-parenting situation, one where they trust each other completely with Scout. They know that when Scout is with the other one, Scout is safe, Scout is taken care of, and Scout's best interests are being looked after. So they're in a happy co-parenting place. They've definitely moved on from one another, other than hoping that the other can find happiness, hoping the best for each other. In this scenario, it is the father of her son that is gravely injured, and you realize what that loss would mean to somebody, even if you're not in a loving relationship or marriage anymore. In other premiere news, Owen got a hotel room after speaking with Teddy, who feels like she doesn't know who she is anymore. New intern Dr. Spencer made a memorable first impression on Meredith by way of a serious abdominal injury. Lucas and Quan kept Nora alive, though not without a bit of fumbling. And after spending the hour spurning Wes' advances, Simone came clean to Lucas about sleeping with someone else, ending things between them again. Were you shocked by Monica's death, and are you relieved that Link survived the explosion, but also extremely worried about him moving forward? And did Simone call things off with Lucas too quickly, or are you ready for her to try things with Wes? Grade the premiere below, then drop a comment with your thoughts. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.